you guys happen to check out and see any of the drone shows that have popped off recently? If you guys have got a chance to watch any of that?
Not seen
I have
those.
not. No.
Oh man, pretty amazing. Javen and I got a chance to we were at World Cup in Qatar, and being in Doha, in Qatar, it was pretty awesome because when they started it, man, it's like this whole thing. And then suddenly these drones come out and they're making shapes, and there's soccer players and the soccer ball's rolling from player to player in the sky. It was incredible, man. And it really, I mean, they had this amazing fireworks show afterwards, but it was really cool to see the drone show too, like how spectacular it was. It was something. It was really neat. I don't know if you'd seen it. You ever seen any videos of them or anything like that?
I've seen some of the drone shows and things, but I haven't really. I didn't see this one. It makes me think of Revelation, you know, when you start thinking about the things that you're going to see in the sky and all that.
Yeah.
And I always wonder if drones are going to play into that at all.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, if we're going to see some drone magic when it comes to.
Jeremy, have you seen? I know Jeremy and I have been to like the lighting show in Vegas and a bunch of other stuff where they're showing like these flexible LED panels and all these new lighting gigs and all stuff. Did you see the new blow through LED they're using? How they're flying it with drones. So you just have these panels that are flying through the air.
Wow.
It's crazy, man. It's just like a TV floating around through the sky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, just because we've worked with so much with LED panels and put all that effort into it, like it's just crazy to be able to rig that up, like send the signal and also have some kind of receiver up there to send the signal. Like that's got to be a heavy drone.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, they're big. I mean, they're like these mega copter drones that I think it's the same ones that you use to like fly over. Because this is one of the things that we know some people that they do full-time drone flying. It's their job, and they'll go check like power lines with these big, huge drones. I mean, there's like 6 to 8 feet circumference drones, big mega drones. You know, like big money for the drone, but they will fly over. I mean, the big power lines out in the middle of the woods, over the desert. And they're checking miles and miles and miles and miles of power lines to make sure there's no problem. And they have that kind of range. So they'll have like someone who drives, someone who flies, and they'll drive along the freeways and be flying with full eyes, the full lock in with the, you know, the driving the drone stuff. And amazing, man. Have you seen the drone racing where it's like, you know, like they're flying little tiny drones and they're flying through all the hoops and that stuff?
No.
Incredible, man.
So
cool.
my cousin used to teach down at Fort Huachuca. She used to teach how to fly the Predator drones.
Oh wow.
So she went to flight school and all that, and became a civilian and working with it. And you know, I used to, well, I still do, but I'd mess with students all the time. And there was one time that I found an empty flashlight on Annie's desk, no batteries in it. And so I just picked a student at random that I had never met before, and I started flashing it at her. And once I got her attention, she came over and she goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, it's my infrared flashlight. Don't worry about it." She goes, "Wait, what?" I said, "My infrared flashlight." And she goes, "What are you talking about?" So I explained the visible light spectrum, ultraviolet, infrared, the whole thing. I said, "Yeah, this is the infrared, you know, side." She goes, "Well, why do you need that?" I said, "Because it's military grade technology. I found it at the dollar store. Who's not going to buy military grade technology for $1?"
That's hilarious.
She goes, "But why do you need it?" I said, "Well, because infrared, that's the same technology that the military uses to do drone strikes and whatnot." I said, and my cousin, she works down at Fort Huachuca. She teaches them how to fly Predator drones. So all I have to do is give my cousin a call. And if I want to call in an airstrike, I just let them know, "Hey, this Circle K or whatever." And I point the flashlight at it, and in comes a drone strike. And she goes, "Wait, really?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And she goes, "That's so cool." And so then I started pointing it at another student who was standing next to her, and they're like, "What is he doing?" She's like, "I don't know, something about an infrared flashlight, and he can call a drone strike if he wants." I don't know. It was a whole, you can go ask him.
Oh man, that's insane. That's super funny. We know some guys that do that, obviously for the military, that they fly those drones and stuff like that, and that was really interesting to hear from their perspective, like how that works and what that looks like. Did you guys have to see like the drone? We're talking about the drone show again. Did you see that this week they had a mega one over the Vatican? Did you guys see that?
I heard about that, but no, I didn't see that. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. I would suggest, and we'll probably see if Jabo can throw a piece of that in here for those that are watching the video online. But I'll say, I mean, it's amazing to check out because they're doing scenes of the sculptures that they have in the Vatican from Michelangelo. So
wow.
like the where Jesus' body is laid across Mary's lap. They had that, They had the moment where Adam is touching God, like which is in the Sistine Chapel there, and they had a recreation of the hands coming together.
Wow.
They had a homage to the previous pope. They had a homage to him and some other things. So it was really interesting, and it was a bunch of American and international artists that came in and did like R&B and soul, also mixed with like classical and like opera. So it was really interesting. So it was like Pharrell Williams and like all these different people were there like performing at the Vatican. So I guess that's what you get when you get a pope from Chicago.
Yeah. Right.
It's like pretty crazy.
He's
I was
got
like,
all the connections.
he's like, let's get a drone show going in this piece right now. You know? So, have you guys paid attention at all to the AI drone setup with Palantir?
No,
not even.
Man, super insightful. So you have Peter Thiel, who is like an investor and like a very brilliant mind out of Silicon Valley. Huge guy as far as that goes, and they were doing all these drone stuff early on connected to the CIA, and it's kind of come unraveled and revealed that that's how it worked originally. They are now developing stuff through this company that it's like AI drone swarms. So it's a way for you to like just fire these things up and let them go attack. And so it's really interesting for them to talk about it. Here's the really wild part, right? So that's like a defense contractor for the US. And this is a guy who's like, I think he's a billionaire, like an investor. I'm pretty sure he's like that level. He's a contemporary part of the PayPal mafia with Elon Musk and some of those other guys from my understanding. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize, but I'll say like it's an interesting thing is that the other thing that he's passionate about is the end of the world and about the Antichrist.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm like, why is the guy who's developing drone swarms, why is he passionate about the Antichrist? That's what I want to know.
Does he have any copyrights on Skynet?
Yeah, exactly.
Just curious if he's going to be able to start marketing Skynet stuff.
Oh man, and I heard like some comedians like Joe Rogan and Tim Dillon, they were talking about this concept, and I was like, this is so wild to look into, man. To see like what they were talking about is really really interesting. So
wow.
They referenced it, I think, like a variation of that in one of the movies with Gerard Butler, I think, is where he's like a Secret Service member and he's trying to protect the president, and they had some AI swarm kind of things, but they showed it, and some of their swarms are super super small, like they would fit inside your palm of your hand, and they can go and zzz, and just tack you in the head. It's really wild. So it's like a thing where you're both like amazed by the technology and like the sophistication and terrified by its application. You know what I'm saying?
Like look back at when we were kids too. I mean, you're thinking Goonies, that kind of a thing, and now that's all the stuff that was in the science fiction that we were like, yeah, man, wouldn't that be bizarre if it could do that? Now we're talking like they're talking about things like Minority Report,
right,
and precognition, and all that kind of stuff. It's so bizarre that is the world that we live in.
That's totally true. Jeremy, what's your take on that, man, on the drones and stuff, having been in the military like that?
I mean, they're super cool, those drones and stuff. Yeah, the capabilities of what they can do, and the fact that they can essentially make it safer for our military. Like I'm all for the drones. Obviously, there's the fear of them being in the wrong hands, or you being on the wrong side.
For sure. Being used on the population, like
or in their own hands.